Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I just got through reviewing a particularly patriotic do, and now I'm on to patriotic do number 2. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my Stellar Circuit shirt. It's hard to read. I don't know. I think they were maybe going for kind of a death metal style, but like still artistically their kind of thing. I don't know. But yeah, this is actually one of a few Stellar Circuit shirts I have. Stellar Circuits is a band. I like to refer to them probably incorrectly as sort of a progressive metalcore band. I tossed that idea out once to the guitarist, and he looked at me like I just started speaking a foreign language to him. So I think I probably got it wrong. But it's definitely progressive elements to it. They're a very good band. I became aware of them a few years ago through a Facebook ad. And then, quite happily, it just turned out that, just a few months after that, they were going to be performing, not too far from where I live. So I was like, cool, perfect opportunity. It ended up being a fantastic show. All the guys in the band are incredible, not only as musicians, but as people. And I've been really fortunate in that, almost every year since then, I've been able to go over there and see them perform live. It's pretty much become a pilgrimage thing for me. I actually have videos of said performances that I've attended. They're on this channel as well, in case maybe you want to check it out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as their stuff is concerned, because I love them. They're one of my favorite bands. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, like I said, patriotic Mountain Dews, dogs and cats living together. Oh my God, boom! I did this one. I just got through doing the Star Spangled Splash. Mountain Dew decided to come out with three patriotic dews, red, white, and blue. So I've got the red out of the way by process of elimination. That means I'm doing blue. No, I'm doing white because, well, again, process of elimination. So this one happens to be, boom! This is Mountain Dew Freedom Fusion. It is dew with a blast of lemonade and peach flavor. Ooh, that sounds sexy. With other natural flavors. So, let's give it a go. I have to admit, when I saw the coloration, I was like, oh God, is it just whiteout again? I've reviewed whiteout, by the way. In fact, I've reviewed so many Mountain Dews that I have an entire playlist called Mountain Dew Madness that's on my channel, in case you want to check out my other Mountain Dew stuff. Let's try out this one. It sounds really tasty and amazing. It's definitely got kind of it's got a little bit of a peach lemonade kind of thing going on. It's got kind of both elements to it. Oh, yes, that's it, son. I like this one, man. I like the other one, too. I thought that one was good, too. But this one, I like this one. Why weren't you the white Mountain Dew? Fucking whiteout was definitely one of my least favorite Mountain Dews that I've ever had. This is really good. I like this a whole bunch. Oh, that's so good. It's got like a perfect blend of the flavors going on. It still has that citrusy Mountain Dew core, to build up on top of. But then, sort of working from there, you do have elements of both lemonade and peach. Now, I will say, if I had one gripe to make, I personally would like a little bit tangier on the lemonade. When I drink a lemonade, I like a little bit of a bite to it, but yeah, that Mountain Dew citrus, it just kind of extends into sort of a light lemonade flavor. Again, not as strong a lemonade flavor as I would like, but I get it. They're blending the flavors. They don't want, one thing to take over too much. But yeah, so that the Mountain Dew citrus kind of becomes, sort of elevates into more of a lemonade kind of citrus. You get a little bit of a lemonade flavor, and then, like, right as you're about to get like a real, kind of jump in that lemonade flavor, that's when the peach kicks in. And I've mentioned before in the past, like, I like peach, but like, it is one of those fruits that you gotta be careful with it. If you do too much with it, it really cannot be great. It can just kind of overpower things, and I don't know. I don't like the quality it takes on. But in this, it's present. It's somewhat subtle, but it's still very evident. And it's a very nice way to basically cap off the drink because it goes from, again, just that citrusy, kind of hit from the Mountain Dew, then into the lemonade, then going over there and sort of mellowing out a little bit with the, sweetness of the peach. And then what's really interesting about it is that it has that peach flavor, but it also has kind of a secondary peach flavor as a little bit of an aftertaste. Because peach, my experience, it's sweet, obviously, but it has a little bit of an earthiness, the kind of, it's a little bit of an undercurrent. And that's what you get as like the final flavor as you're drinking this. It's really cool because you get kind of like an interesting, little roller coaster of flavors and experiences. I super like this one. And I really like the way they implemented the peach. Again, the only aspect of it that makes me lose a little bit on the points for it is I would have liked the lemonade flavor to be a little bit more prominent. I think they could have been a little bit more daring and taken that citrus, that like acidic hit, amped it up just a little bit, just to give it more of a tang. Because I do feel like the lemonade aspect is the least represented. But I do still really like it. I think this is very good Mountain Dew. But 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I mean, I just gushed over it. Yes and yes. I think, for me, I would put this in my upper tier of Mountain Dews. Like, I would put this... Pitch Black is always going to be my favorite, I think. Even though they keep messing with the formula, and now it's a dark berry flavor. It's fucking grape. Just say it's grape. We're fine with that. Why do you have to... Yeah. But up there with some of my very favorite Mountain Dews, I would definitely put this. Because I think, for one thing, I like the way that the flavors are represented. Again, I would probably go a little bit harder on the lemonade, but it's still there. All the flavors that need to be there and should be represented are being represented. The overall way that it's blended and everything, I think works really nice. I like that it kind of gives you a little bit of an experience. And then the main thing for me is that it's not a generic Dew, and it has personality. Like, it's... Because you gotta sort of... you gotta kind of give and take a little bit, because you don't want a Mountain Dew that tastes good, but just doesn't really give you anything else. By that same token, you don't want a Mountain Dew that is memorable, but for all the wrong reasons. This is one of those ones where I think they pretty much hit perfectly as far as... I think it's a memorable Mountain Dew. I think it's got a nice personality. It's very unique. And I think it tastes great. So, I think for me, yeah, absolutely. And if I'm recommending it, this is one to try. This is one that, like these, I'm sure these are going to be limited edition flavors. This is one where I would say don't sleep on it. If you run into it, give it a go. I mean, I'm sure some people aren't going to like it as much as I did, but I don't think there's anything offensive about it. And again, at the end of the day, like, I've never had a Mountain Dew that tastes quite like this, and I think it's just a really good one. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go with their episodes, a truly amazing Mountain Dew-tastic rest of your life. I mean, folks, I was expecting a good Dew, but I didn't think it was going to hit that hard. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, but what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your favorite Mountain Dew flavor? You know, do you engage with the do or do you not do the do? That's perfectly fine. For the longest time, I didn't drink Mountain Dew. It was one of those drinks that I loved when I was very little, like way too young to be drinking as much Mountain Dew as I was, but it was the early 90s. Kids got away with a lot more shit back then. We weren't as educated. But I used to drink the stuff all the damn time. And then at a certain point, I think when I was like, you know, maybe late grade school, that's when the rumors started going around that it would fuck with your sperm count. I didn't even entirely know what a sperm count was, but I knew that I didn't want my drink messing with my giblets, you know, like, and one of the older kids kind of, you know, explained it to me a little bit, and I still didn't get it, but I was like, so I just didn't drink that stuff for years. And then, of course, they've done studies since then and everything, and it's like, you're fine. You'd have to drink so much of this stuff for it to affect your sperm count that you'd be dead from diabetes long before it ever got to that point. It's probably not the best thing for you, but it's tasty, isn't it? Bye.